Hello guys, welcome to my page. In this video I'm going to be explaining the all you need to know about SLT, and yes, we're going to cover everything about SLT, the career path in SLT, the skills you're going to learn alongside when you are studying SLT, and also we are going to talk about the difference between SLT and MLT. It's very important. So what is SLT? What's this course about? Okay, let's think about it this way: as a training to be wizard behind the scene of food companies. There's companies that produce food, companies that produce cosmetic products, all this cream, perfume, then oil and gas labs, research institutes. Yes. So what will you be doing in these various labs I've mentioned? You'll be analyzing samples, pipetting chemicals and all of that. Then, in most cases, running tests and learning some of the equipment that are being used in the lab, such as spectrophotometer and PCR machine, chemistry analyzer, and all of that. So in the first year of studying this course, this SLT course, Science Laboratory Technology, you're going to be studying courses like biology, chemistry, physics. But then when you get to your 200 level, you have to, like my school, when you get to 200 level, you have to specialize in one option. SLT normally have options, like in my school we have 4 options, I think. Okay, let me just list them. In my school we have biochemistry option, microbiology option, geology option, and physics option. Basically 4 options. In other schools you can have like biotechnology option, pharmaceutical, right? I'm correct, yeah. Pharmaceutical option, biotechnology option. So SLT is not a course that you say, let me just come and study everything. You have to specialize in a particular option. It's either you're studying SLT biochemistry, or SLT microbiology, or SLT physics, SLT geology, SLT biotechnology, SLT pharmaceutical, any part of this. Those are the options that I know that are under SLT. So what next we'll be talking about now is where can you study science laboratory technology, because it is very important. You can study science laboratory technology in universities. If you are in Nigeria, you can study in Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futo. Then you can study in UNIZIK, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, which is in Anambra State. You can study science lab in University of Benin. Yes. Also, you can also study science lab in River State University and every other polytechnic. I don't really know if it's all the polytechnic that offers SLT, but I know that Federal Polytechnic, like Federal Polytechnic Nekedi, that is in Owerri, Imo State, studies SLT, and other polytechnics like BIDA. Is it BIDA? I'm going to put it. Yeah, it is BIDA, Federal Polytechnic. BIDA. I don't know, but you just check it out. Check out the universities in Nigeria that studies SLT. Another thing I hear people ask is, at the course of studying this science laboratory technology, is there any other skill that I as a person I need to learn or alongside? Yes, definitely there are skills you will learn alongside. You will learn sample preparation skill. It's a skill, and how to operate in lab, good and healthy lab operation practice, and also you learn data analytics skill. Yes, for reporting and for analyzing your sample and all of that. There's also the skill of operating equipment. What are the career paths that you can find in this course? Career paths you can find in science laboratory. You see industrial and manufacturing career. Yes, in this industrial and manufacturing career, what you basically be doing is quality control, analyzing. If you are to be under this career path, you will work in industries such as food producing industry, cosmetic producing industry, water producing industry, brewery, textiles, yes, textiles, brewery, cosmetic. I've mentioned it before. Yes. Another career path you'll find in this science laboratory technology is what we call research assistant. Basically, what you'll be doing in this part of the career is you will assist in research institutes, whether private or government-owned institute. You assist in their research. Then also in educational lab, you assist in helping students, directing them on how to do some practicals and all of that. Another one is educational institutions. Yes, you work in an educational institution where you manage their lab. Yes, like some of these universities, they have lab technicians, yes, technologists. They have whether lab technician, I think it's for polytechnic, yes, for polytechnic, while lab technologist is for university. So you see a lab technologist, a lab technician, anyone managing the school labs, that is also a work of an SLT graduate. Okay, another one we will see here is environmental monitoring. This one, you have to work for environmental agencies, yes, agencies like those that deals with soil testing, water monitoring, public health organizations. So you can work with them and you monitor the environment. So you basically monitor the water, the soil. Next thing we are going to look into is working in a forensic lab. Yes, that's another thing. Work in a forensic laboratory. You have that opportunity to work hand in hand with forensic scientists. So what is the important distinction in this course? Everybody, like if you say you are studying SLT or you want to go into SLT, this is the first thing you will hear, the Nigeria contest. Yes, because I don't think this is happening worldwide. I think it's basically in Nigeria. So the contest is SLT is not MLT. SLT is Science Laboratory Technology, while MLT is Medical Laboratory Technology. They are two different things. They are very, very different. They are different. The difference is clear. The difference is M and S. Take it like that. S, Science Laboratory. Science. Are you seeing it? Science. M, Medical Lab. Medical. They focus on medical. They cannot go beyond it. Beyond medical. Medical labs, they focus on medical. They are limited to that medical aspect. But let's talk about the bodies that regulate SLT and MLT. The bodies that regulate SLT is NISLT. Why for MLT? It is MLSCN. Yes. So SLT is Nigeria Institute of Science Laboratory Technology. Why for MLT? It is Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. Yes. So there are two different bodies. If you are studying SLT, you are not okay. Yes, some people they misunderstand it. I'm studying SLT and I am going fully into medical practice. No, you are science. If you want that opportunity to work in wide range of scientific lab and industrial lab, you are good to go with SLT. But if you want to focus on medical lab, like you want to collect somebody's sample blood and run tests, write the result for the person, but if you want to work in industrial lab, pharmaceutical lab, environmental, analyzing and quality control, if you want to work in anything that is related to this food quality control, all of these cosmetic testing, all this testing that involves cosmetic, you can choose SLT. But if you want to work strictly in a medical lab, you have to study MLT. Let me say it again. If you want to work in an industrial lab or in a scientific lab, that is wide range of scientific lab, whether physics lab, chemistry lab, that you need to analyze chemicals, analyze samples, check the quality control of a product, analyze them. You study SLT. In SLT you can work in any lab, provided it's a scientific lab and industrial lab, you can work there. But in MLT, you only work in a medical lab or clinical lab. Understood? So at this point, I think I have been able to clarify thoughts with the little knowledge I have. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.